Maggie Oldham's here. She's a modern etiquette coach. She has her own website. It's her name, MaggieOldham.com, and we're going to make sure we put that link on IndyStyle.tv. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You let me off the hook with my handshake earlier when we met.
It was wonderful. Perfect.
Okay. All right. But there's more to, we know impressions are made very quickly.
Absolutely.
So when we get invited to, whether it could even be a Super Bowl party this Sunday, right? Or
yes.
something more formal, you've got some specific steps that we need to consider.
I do. So today we're talking cocktail party faux pas and how to fix them.
All right.
So I have 6 that we're going to go through today.
I'm very nervous that I've done all 6 of them, violated all 6
I'm
of them.
sure you're going to be just
okay,
fine.
where do we start?
All right, so let's talk about the first faux pas, and that is wearing the wrong attire.
Okay.
So showing up to a party either overdressed or underdressed. So the solution to that is to just check the invitation.
Sure.
So many times the dress code will be written in the invitation.
But there's a lot of verbiage with dress codes nowadays. That can be very...
Absolutely. So we have semi-formal, casual, black tie optional. So how do we read between those lines? So the first thing I would do is if it's not on the invitation and if you're friendly with the host, call the host and ask what is the dress code.
What do you wear?
If not, for cocktail parties, you want to err on the side of semi-formal.
Okay.
So for men, that means a nice pair of slacks with a button-down shirt tucked in, with a blazer or a suit jacket. A tie would be optional.
Sure. Maybe have that in the car, stick it in your pocket just in case.
Sure.
But leave the Andrew Luck jersey at home.
Absolutely.
Okay.
For a cocktail party. And then for the ladies, something like a knee-length dress or skirt or something like I have on here.
Okay.
So when in doubt, you can always do a quick Google search. There are going to be loads of images about black tie and semi-formal.
Okay, what next?
All right, so the next faux pas is letting our nerves get the best of us. So sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking coming to a party where we don't know a lot of people. I know myself, I get a little nervous walking into a crowded room. So what I always tell people is show up right on time. And what that does is that allows you to grab a drink, get a little liquid courage if that's your thing.
Get the layout of the party
to get the layout of the land, and then also to let the room fill up around you. So it's less intimidating when the room gradually fills up with people around you as opposed to just walking into a crowded, loud party.
Where there's, exactly. And everyone's turning and looking.
So that can be a great way to kind of build your confidence.
Okay, great. What next?
All right, and the third faux pas, coming to the party hungry.
Okay.
So a lot of times cocktail parties, we don't always know what the food situation is going to be, and we don't want to show up hungry because what that does is it places all of our focus on the food and not the people.
Well, and also it's going to change your proximity and your ability to mingle because foreigners have been hanging around a shrimp bowl for like an hour and a half, right?
Exactly, exactly. And so we have to remember that the host didn't invite us to the party because they thought we were hungry. So we're there to socialize. So the solution is to simply just have a little snack. So something with a little bit of protein. I recommend an apple with peanut butter.
A little filling, or go ahead and let yourself leave a little hungry and hit the drive-thru on the way home. Right?
Yes.
Okay. What next?
All right. The third faux pas. Okay, I have my drink in my right hand. Not quite. The third faux pas is the cold, wet handshake, or worse. If I have my glass with ice and water, let's say, or a cold beverage in my right hand, and then I go to shake your hand, I either have to do this to dry my hand, or I'm going to give you a cold, wet handshake, which is disgusting. So the solution to this is to simply keep your drink in your left hand, which is kind of difficult when we're right-handed. Some of us are right-handed. And also to just take one of our little cocktail napkins and to wrap it around the glass.
Okay, give yourself that.
That way we have, we lose the condensation and we have our right hand that's free for shaking.
Because this would be not having that situation, but this, when you see somebody.
Not the best. Not the best. Not great etiquette.
All right, what else?
All right, our next faux pas is struggling with our plate, our glass, and our napkin. So if we have our glass, let's say we listen to my tips and we have them in our left hand, and we have our plate in our right hand, and we're struggling with food, what do? There's no table nearby. So the solution is we want to take our cocktail napkin, and I'll let you do this, Tracy. So you want to put it in between either your ring finger or your middle finger or somewhere in those fingers. And then you want to hold the plate like that. And then you're going to put the glass on the plate and you're going to secure the stem with your thumb.
No, I'm not. But somebody
else. There you go.
You're going to see how much caffeine I just had.
That way you have your other hand free to shake, to hug, to do whatever.
All right, awesome.
All right. And then finally, our last faux pas is overstaying your welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So if you're having a great time at the party and it's starting to wrap up and you see the host or the hostess starting to clean up or to yawn, that's your cue to make your exit.
I would say, and you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, the only reason to stay at that point is if you're going to assist in the cleanup.
Sure,
you have that sort of friendship, that sort of thing?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, awesome. So, all right, well, you have not certainly overstayed. You're welcome. Thank you for that. We'll make sure we put the link to your website at indystyle.tv.
Wonderful, thank you. And great handshake, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Amber.
I was thinking maybe you were going to give a shout out to some family members or something when it came to
No, Bill
Overstaying.
Harrell, former co-worker. I'm like, he's still here.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, guys, thank you. Hey, coming up in the next half hour, we are back in the kitchen with these guys at IUPUI Campus Kitchen and a savory recipe that saves food from being wasted. Plus, February starts tomorrow. We're going to take a look back at some of the best January had to offer right here on Indy Style. But first, up next, they are seeing red at the Stutz Art Gallery, but no one is angry. We're going to see how some artists are expressing themselves in a new exhibit called Red. We'll be right back.